Hello, Aquarius. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. So, this is going to be a reading for the sign of Aquarius, any placement that you have in Aquarius. So, if you have Aquarius in the sixth house, then this could resonate with that location. Also, if you're interested in a private reading, all of that information is in the description box below. And this is for the mid to end of January. So, let's see Aquarius. What is going on for the sign of Aquarius? Here we go. Aquarius, January 2026. The Nine of Emotion. The Page of Materials. There's something about a lot of something that is important to pay attention to. I feel like someone is talking with a lot of weight on their expression. Yeah, there's something like a small detail in some way that is important to see about like what someone's drinking, or like about what they're talking about. What they're not necessarily what they're talking about though. This does feel like, okay, so it's basically like you're being careful, you're paying attention. There's something small that has to do with several of something. Several, like, it could be overindulgence of some kind. A detail in the mix of several, like a series of, yeah, I feel like it's addiction for some of you. Very interesting. Let's see. Aquarius. Yeah, the devil is showing itself, and so is the death card. So there's something to be reviewed. Knight of Materials. Okay. I feel like you are kind of standing out in a kind of way. I feel like you are the one paying attention in some way. It could be someone paying attention to you, though, but it's like you're paying attention to, you're being very cautious and careful with what you're eating, with what you're drinking. There's something that carries over from one something to the next. Like from, okay, that's not, okay, I take that back. That's not what I meant. There's something important about that. About how, okay, let's not get too uncomfortable here. You might just be, okay, so this feels like something where you're a little bit on edge. Aquarius. The Three of Inspiration. I feel like you're like out there. You're you're kind of out there, if that makes any sense. Like making a, you could be making somewhat of a mess. Nine of Voices in reverse. I feel like you're tired of the stress, and you might be dreaming or thinking of like several different things at once. Okay, so several different things, meaning like in a row, like something is, like raindrops, tears, something emotional, something sensitive that's crossing your mind. But so you feel like it feels like you're a bit restless, like you're waking up suddenly and okay. So what is this for Aquarius? It's like there's some importance. Yeah, this is a very playful is the word. I feel like there's something playful about like the way that you're standing out. You might be standing out in some way. Like you're showing. There's something to do with your sleep. Yeah, like turnaround type of thing. Star in reverse. What is this about, Aquarius? Yeah, there's something overwhelming you. I feel like this is a process, like a step-by-step process, and you understand that. Like, it seems like you know what this is. You're like, yes, I understand that this is a step-by-step process, and you are not sure, like, oh, how do I explain this? Like, you're thinking about the hope that you have, the dreams that you have for this. Um, you have a big future. You have like a future, okay? Um, you are. This is really complicated, actually, or complex, I should say. It's complex. You're graceful. Your hope is a little bit like sideways, like it's hard to explain. It's like you might feel like your faith is being tested. And there's something about the shower that or the bath or cool like lukewarm water that is helpful for you. You are I heard tearing something up. Okay. So there's something to be careful about. You're paying attention to. This is very complex. It's like not wanting one subject to be known. The temperance in reverse. Yeah, there's some progress that's happening. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again. Okay, so something is like speeding up. It could feel like it's speeding up, like it's moving. It's not in a scary way, but it is like something spilled over, perhaps, or but not even that. It's like there's a balance that you can hear, or there's something that you're noticing. Like a small rumble is what I'm hearing. I mean, yeah, a small rumble. See, it's complicated. It's like making me. This is nothing's making me do anything, but the storyline. Okay, so there's something faithful and beautiful and powerful that is very subtle, and it's kind of like getting your attention. The Magician in reverse just came out, flying out. So this has to do with like all the things that you have to work with. This has to do with your masterpiece, your power. Not necessarily a masterpiece, but just a power that you have. There's something about the tongue. I don't know why that's wanting to like be brought up. Perhaps it's about your diet. Okay, perhaps it's about your diet. I don't like being in a question type of. Okay, I'm in a question type of discussion here. This is actually matter of fact. So you are in a time frame and it feels like something kind of, you might have like a dream of some kind. Okay. About your gifts, something about gifts and intuition. I feel like something gets your attention, like there's a small detail that makes you smirk. And it's like a small, like, it reminds me of, motherhood, like pregnancy, for an example, like when you feel the small kick and that's like a smirk that you're like, oh, that's my child, um it's something like that. It's like there's a beautiful light or a beautiful guidance that you receive. Okay, so these details are, you're noticing that they bring out a sense of freedom, they bring out a sense of, there's some detail that brings out like your sense of freedom. At the same time, you're worried that like it's like you're like worried and then you're not worried at the same time. Something slows down. Okay, so something slows down and then it expands. And you are just like, what am I doing here? What's going on? Aquarius. Yeah, the Knight of Voices. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of like antsy. You're for sure antsy. You're like up and going, and then you're like, no, you're not sure. Something you go back to check on. Whatever this is, this could be financial. This feels like a subject of some kind that you're going back to check on. And of course, the light can be found within a different detail. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords in reverse. I feel like you're antsy about something, Aquarius. You're alone, you're asking for some guidance in some way. Yeah, you're just like, I don't know. We have the World and the Muse of Materials. This is like a long-standing experience. There's something changing. Yeah, you're headed down a path, a long-standing path, and this has to do with like some transition or some life cycle. There's something that you're learning about. Yeah, this life cycle is bringing out your gifts. Okay, it's bringing out your gifts. Because I feel like you change your mind somehow. It's bringing out your best gifts, like your most talented. um, the most talented or the most gifted parts of whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like you're saying, I know this isn't normal. I know this isn't normal. I feel like you're blushing and you're just like, okay, this is enough now. This is enough. Um, I don't know. It's like you're laughing, but you're not. You're like, okay, I got it. I got the joke now in some way. Two of inspiration. Yeah, you're like looking out to see something. You're checking something out. You're looking at something. The star. It feels like you feel hopeless, like you're burdened. You feel like overwhelmed by all of this extra, and then you're paying attention to something that's extra. Three of Pentacles. Okay, Aquarius. The Page of Voices. You're researching this. You're looking into this. Yeah. You're like out in the open somehow. I feel like something is like coming down. I feel like something is like transforming, and you're like in the opened. There's someone at a distance who can see where this is going, or who knows there's a gift to be found in this, however many cups that you have, metaphorically speaking. Okay, Aquarius, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope to talk to you soon. Okay, bye.